Welcome to the Direct Farm Podcast, the weekly listen for farms selling direct. We'll talk about the 4 levers for farm success, which are quality, brand, price, and convenience. We'll hear from outside industry experts and producers like you to delight your customers, to save time, and to increase your direct farm sales and business. We're glad you're here.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to the Direct Farm Podcast. It is nearly January, which means we are quickly approaching the Direct Farm Price Conference on February 2nd. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know we often refer to our 4 levers for farm success, and those are price, quality, convenience, and brand. This coming conference, we are going to focus on pricing insights for your farm and how you can increase your sales by selling direct to market online. And so today, I want to introduce you to Grant Sheeder. He'll be speaking at that conference and will cover the best practices he learned from his own personal experience selling direct this past year. It was great to talk to Grant and learn more about his story as a farmer and how Sheeder Cloverleaf Dairy has experienced exponential growth as a result of providing subscriptions and incorporating delivery options to expand their reach. I'm delighted to introduce you to Grant Sheeder, one of our newest members of the Farm Advisory Network. Welcome, Grant. Great to have you here. Why don't you introduce yourself and how you got into farming and selling direct online?
Yeah, I'm Grant Sheeder from Guthrie Center, Iowa. My family and I run and operate Sheeder Cloverleaf Dairy. My dad was a full-time UPS driver for about 12 years, and my mom was a local K-12 music teacher in town. And they were both at a point and young enough where they wanted to do something a little bit more. My dad he always had cattle or hogs and sheep on the side, and he just wanted something that he could build and possibly hand down to me and my 2 sisters if we so chose. So with that dream, they both quit their full-time jobs, bought just shy of 500 acres, bought some dairy cows, and started milking cows. We've been milking cows since 1996, and we began doing our on-farm processing where we bottle milk in glass bottles, make ice cream, and throughout the years, we've done butter and cheese curds as well. And throughout the years, obviously, I'm the oldest of 3, and I'm the only one still around full-time. We've done the on-farm processing in the glass bottles. It's been a huge boost in a niche market for us in our area that's really separated us from a lot of the other different dairies that are on the shelves in the grocery stores as far as quality, appearance, and just the local factor. We milk about 100 cows year-round with 2 different calving groups. We sell to grocery stores, cafes, restaurants, and just recently with the pandemic, we've begun doing home delivery service and teaming up with other local producers.
It's great to see that for the past 24 years, this has been a passion project for your family. I'd love to hear more about your decision to incorporate delivery options for your customers.
Yeah, the home delivery thing is something we've kicked around for a while in recent years, just due to our size in our market. There's a couple other larger dairies that service a multitude of states across the Midwest, and we're in no shape or have a desire to get that big. With this pandemic that has taken place this year, it gave us an opportunity to give it a shot, and one of the fine folks at Barn to Door happened to reach out to us via Facebook. And just it was hit home run. One thing led to another, and about a month later, we were live and online and promoting through our social media. And now we're up to about 1,100 orders a month right now. We're doing home deliveries for.
What were the drivers to explore Barn to Door?
It was kind of a perfect storm. So one of the individuals from Barn to Door had reached out to us recently before we kicked it around, and I touched base with him, and he got back to me right away. And everything that he was telling me, it almost sounded too good to be true, to be honest. We're not real computer savvy people. So there's just some of those little questions that we wanted answered. And yeah, everyone that we've worked with at Barn to Door from the beginning has been very helpful along the way, from just the getting up and going to the website to ordering, the inventory, anything that we've ever had questions on. Everyone's been really good about getting back to us or assisting us to make sure we look good to our customers. We opted to have Barn to Door assist us with our website and revamp it, just get a nice, clean, new look, and that really meshed well with the online store. And it was such a seamless thing for, I guess, for us. Again, we're not computer savvy. They asked us the questions that what we wanted, how we wanted to look, and gave us some different options and how we could present our website and our online store, and just made it very easy to pick and choose how we wanted things to look and be listed, and then be able to train us in a fashion where we could change it if need be too.
On this podcast, we love to talk about levers of success for farmers to build momentum for your business and to keep growing. Can you tell us about the Sheeder Cloverleaf brand in your community and your focus on quality?
We're top quality, and it's priced that way. We don't do anything with our milk, and we don't only feed the best to our cows, and they're well taken care of than probably myself at times. And without them, there is no us. And same thing with the customers. I mean, if they don't like what we present to them on the shelf or at their door, we don't have that customer to continue to survive out here in West Central Iowa. Quality is utmost importance to us, and obviously the quality of life for our animals as well. And that's a huge part of, well, it has been from the get-go, but today, as connected as everybody is with social media and everything, we really try to convey that to our customers, because unfortunately not all farms are that way. But having that top-notch quality, not only from our products, but the other products that we work with from other producers for our home delivery, is essential for our livelihood to keep moving forward and in the direction we're going. Because since May, I think, when we started using barn to door, end of May, we've gone nowhere but up in sales. So it's pretty exciting for us, and looking forward to the future. Our product really speaks for itself. We've been delivering to the grocery stores now, like I said, since the end of 2005. And we've got that mainstay of the quality, and it's in glass bottles, and anything, I guess, you look at a shelf, I mean, something that just looks presentable and good, anything in the glass bottle is going to taste really good too. Having that, I guess, it's not an image, not only an image, but it is something that it's truthfully something of the highest quality you're going to be able to buy in a grocery store or get delivered to your home, because of the way we take care of our cows and the way we feed them and handle them from the time they're born up until that milk's at your doorstep. Different facets that we use for our marketing aspect, it all goes hand in hand. As far as you mentioned, the MailChimp is a huge key component for us, not only to gain new customers for our home delivery, but just to inform them for any additional changes or new products, or just staying in touch with them on occasion, just have that personal touch with our it's almost 1,000 plus customers we have now.
How would you say that quality and price go hand in hand in terms of your strategy and how you promote your business and go about pricing your products?
That's a tricky question, because to be completely honest with you, I don't do a lot of grocery shopping. My wife does most of that. So when we were getting some of these other products outside of ours and getting the prices, I would see some of these and be like, oh my gosh, I just don't think anybody would pay for this, regardless if it's delivered to your home or not. But I told all of our local producers that we work with, I said, price it where you're comfortable making money. I mean, we're not into this just to do it to be doing it. Everyone needs to, we're making a living. We're not going through the motions only for the fun of it. We're trying to put food on the table for us as well. So we try to be as competitive as we can as far as values, and then we tack on a small margin for our efforts in marketing and delivering and all of our expenses with our van and delivery driver and everything that involves the actual delivery part of it. And every time I plug in something and think, oh my gosh, we're never going to sell this, that's like the number one thing that we sell the heck out of. It just blows my mind. And it comes back to those people. They get it and they taste it, and it's just that they're astonished by the quality and the taste and the full of flavor that everything that we are able to provide they get. We're in the Midwest where pork and beef are a huge part of a lot of people's lives. With Iowa State University being so close, we actually deliver up into the Ames, Iowa market. And so we've got a couple professors that have been buying our products here for a couple weeks now. And we got an email from two of them just in the last week saying that they've traveled the world doing a lot of different studies and so on and so forth. And they said that they were naming different products that we have between our beef or milk and pork products specifically, that they never had something that tasted so wholesome and delicious and fresh in their travels across the world. And one was 30 plus years and the other one is almost 50 years. And he's just retiring this year. So when you get things like that from people that really understand and know what they're tasting, it really makes us feel that we're more of an insurance thing that we were really doing what we try to do our best at that's that quality across the board, not only for our dairy, but like I said, all the producers that we work with.
I'd love to talk about convenience. I understand you made a commitment to door-to-door delivery for your customers, and you touched on how that's been able to expand your business. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper with that and how it's worked for you.
Yeah, it's been a crazy fun road, really. When we started this venture, we had about 800 followers on our Facebook page, and that was in May, and right now we're closing in on 6,000 followers on our Facebook page, and which I mean to some small farms that's nothing, but for us for that growth that fast, it goes to show that people are really grasping the thought of having this service to them. And doing the door-to-door, it's been a learning curve for everybody. And thankfully for our customers, they've been so gracious on everything. They really get it. With everybody, a lot of people working from home, for the younger generation that are still working, to the more of the retired age people that are buying our products that are usually home anyways, they really make a point for their delivery day. Again, it goes back to the communication. Make sure that they are aware of what time they can expect the delivery, and it's always the same day each week based on the zip codes that we service. We're all humans. We make mistakes or mess up once in a while, but usually it can be fixed pretty readily, and everyone's been so nice about everything. We've had, honestly, I've never had a complaint that we know of yet anyways, and our customer base keeps growing, so I'd like to think that we've done pretty well with our excellent drivers being courteous to the customers with the COVID thing. Some of them prefer that we come up to the door with a mask on. Others, as long as we leave it at the door, they don't mind. It goes back again to that communication where just stay in tune with your customer as much as possible, and it really pays dividends because they're your best form of advertisement as well. When they tell their customers. And that's been a fun thing to see too, how many people you stop at one stop and you can hit 3 or 4 houses by essentially stopping at one neighborhood. And then that's an ever increasing case scenario as well too, as we keep moving forward here.
I know you partner with local stores and other food producers. What does being local and community focused mean to you?
In a day and age where people really want to know where their food comes from, the local part of it is such a huge marketing tool that it's not just an imagery thing, but it's a quality assurance thing where people will really know, and they can put a name with the product and know that it's been, handled by people that take pride in what they do, whether it's for our milk or ice cream or our beef producer or pork producers, whatever it is. We try to keep that level of communication at a top notch as readily as we can. With any questions they may have, there's really not much that a customer can't ask me about any of our products that they don't know, thanks to the communication and relationship we have with our other local producers. It's been a key component with our growth, and I can't stress enough the communication and relationships you can build not only with our producers but our customers has been off the charts since we've been doing this home delivery process through barn to door.
Looking ahead to 2021, how do you expect to maintain and even build upon your buyer loyalty for your farm?
Right now, we're in the process of purchasing another van and 2 more drivers to really capitalize on these customers that are on board or searching for something like this. And I think the idea of having fresh local products conveniently dropped off to the store or their front door is a huge thing, whether it's, COVID or not. And with this COVID thing going on, I think it's driven some people to maybe work from home a little bit more too. So some of them may be home more, if not both people in the family, or it could be just one, or you make a point where they're home for that delivery day for something like this. So I would say a high percentage of our customer base that regularly order either biweekly or weekly, I don't foresee that going away for a very large percentage of our customer current base right now.
I love to hear that because I think this year so many farms have definitely pivoted, and you guys included, and being able to see that it's paid off dividends to implement the door-to-door delivery and the direct-to-consumer online shopping experience for them to make things convenient and more approachable for people, especially if they're unable to leave their homes. What about subscriptions? How have you tried to secure ongoing commitments from your customers week over week?
People really, I like the idea of if they don't have to remember to place an order every week. For the customers, it's an easy thing where they know if they want a certain amount of milk or eggs or whatever, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, we have both options for them. They can choose to do so, and if they're going to be gone for vacation or for whatever reason, they contact us, and we're able to skip a week so they're not getting charged or have a bottle of milk sitting out their front door for a week when they're not home. But yeah, no, it's been a good thing. We look forward to, like I said, expanding on that after the first of the year and some of our other products.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned this past year in 2020?
Besides the communication, the organization is a that's been probably the thing we've been working on the most on our farm with these different producers that we've been working with, just to keep that fresh products coming in and the logistics to keep the freshest quality goods to the front doorstep. Early on, when we weren't doing a whole lot of home deliveries, it was very simple. And as like I said, we're exceeding 1,100 stops a month now. It becomes just gradual growing pains, which we're very happy to do so. It's just, the organization thing has made us rethink how we do some things just to make life easier for us. Because as much as we love doing the home delivery and still doing the grocery store, we still like living a life a little bit too with our family. That's one thing we've been working on recently, and we've hired a couple more people to step up and help not only do book work, but get the vans prepared for the orders to make sure that whatever is on the van is what is needed for home delivery. So we're not shorting customers or having a bunch of extra so we can dump it down the drain or something like that. So yeah, organization, communication, it's all part of it. So that would be probably the biggest recent thing that the hurdle we're trying to jump over and get through.
Looking ahead to 2021, what's next for Sheeder Cloverleaf Dairy?
We're trying to work with a couple other producers and actually bring a meat locker to town to work so we have a better availability of beef and pork products, and working with a couple other individuals in a pretty close proximity, getting some produce going we'll have some in-season stuff along with building some greenhouses, high tunnel greenhouses for kind of for year-round produce availability for some stuff. Yeah, we're not slowing down yet. It's been, like I said, it's been a fun road to travel down, getting to know our customer base a lot more indirectly and directly the way we're doing our home delivery. I went out early on and did some of the home deliveries with our drivers just to get a feel and get a sense for how and what everything takes place, so I kind of have an understanding of any issues that could take place. And the fun thing about this whole thing that I didn't really mention earlier, like the sales we have in our grocery stores, they've only gone up since this deal. And it hasn't been that was a concern of ours, where we started doing home delivery to a degree where our sales in the grocery stores would diminish. And I think with the publicity we've done through our social media and our radio outlets that we've used, it's just exposed that many more people to our products. And it's been crazy to see our sales exceed both in home delivery and our grocery store, both in these essentially it's trying times for a lot of farmers and just individuals in general.
What's your final piece of advice for farmers selling direct to market?
Communication. I can't stress enough. I mean, for us, that's been a huge thing where I've always done a lot from my phone as far as keeping in contact, but just having those important emails where people just emailing from a simple question to more just trying to learn more about home delivery or your products or just the other local producers in our case, having that availability to respond within a very timely manner has been a huge asset for us. That's one thing that we've got a lot of really nice emails and even we get cards in the mail thanking us and or left at the doorstop where our drivers bring home. I just really appreciate our steadfast communication skills where they ask a question and before they close out of their computer, they got a response back with the answer. And the communication thing with your customers and obviously anybody you're working with along the way, right down to even the folks at barn to door. It all goes hand in hand.
So again, that was Grant Sheeder from Sheeder Cloverleaf Dairy. If you want to hear more from Grant, how he transitioned to selling direct online, adding door-to-door delivery and subscription options to expand his business, and how you can do the same, please join us at the Direct Farm Price Conference coming up on February 2nd. It is completely free and virtual. and you can register at directfarmconference.com. Join us next week to hear Ashley Clark's story from Sacred Roots Maple and how her family farm has built a brand rooted in keeping maple traditions alive in their local community. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.